Well, hi everybody, and welcome to video number 2 as Bruce Fraser, REIA. And today I'd like to talk a little bit about just continuing on with the story, how Trish and I got into this business. And I'd mentioned in the last video that we determined that after looking at our retirement numbers that our current investment strategy a few years ago in the typical markets, RSP driven mutual fund sort of thing, just wasn't going to cut it. And if you're in that same position and you're kind of wondering, and maybe you haven't worked the numbers before, I want to stress how important that really is. I'd always had sort of an idea where we were and, kind of plumping along, try to forward thinking, but it hadn't really gone down and really crunched things in a big way. So one of the things that we did and it suggested that people do when they're first kind of reassessing where they're at and maybe, what their retirement might look like is to actually figure out, okay, how much do I really need to live on? And what kind of lifestyle do I want to maintain? So at some point you need to find a number. You need to really come up with a number. And so Trish and I went through our budgeting. We went through our plans, our desires, our wants. Wasn't just, well, how much do we need to barely get by? I mean, that's what my parents did, and I really didn't want to go there. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to do certain things, and I got a bucket list a mile long. I mean, it's big. And so what would it really take for us to live the kind of lifestyle that we'd enjoyed up till now, being in engineering, sort of upper middle class, sort of, what would it take to maintain that in our retirement? So we did some figuring out and added some buffers in there, and we came up with a really good number. Now there's a formula that you can use that I can provide to you if we get in touch and I'm able to help you with this. That will really, I think, open your eyes to what you think you need and what you maybe really do need versus what you really want, and even to make that determination: is this something that I want to do, or am I going to get by with just what I need? So the REIA group that we're part of talks about what is your Belize. And this just came from a couple of investors who were involved in that group and ended up moving to Belize and opening up like a Harley dealership. They rented bikes for people going on the beach and stuff. Crazy. But that was their ultimate dream of retirement, and they actually did it. They, through the assets that they gained and the income that they gained in real estate investing, they went and moved to Belize. So a question you want to ask yourself is, what is your Belize? And for me and for Trish, we have slightly different ones. Mine involves a lot of water, a lot of surfing, a lot of scuba diving and snorkeling and whatnot, and traveling. And hers is much more historic. And for both of us, it's about helping out a lot of people too, and having the freedom to be able to get up and go, and to contribute in ways that we really can't when we're tied down to the job. So step one: finding out what your really big dream is, and don't sell yourself short. It's possible to get there, and Trish and I aren't there yet. We're not retired yet, but boy, we've got that number in mind, and there's a trigger point when certain sides of our investments hit where they're supposed to hit. That's it. We're done and we're gone, and that's a kind of a nice thing to be able to understand that we're going to get there. And the time frame is variable. As I said, I got laid off for 16 months, and that put a little bit of a damper, and it changed the timeline, but it didn't change the plan. So come up with a plan. Don't sell yourself short, and you'd be surprised just how you can make a difference in your retirement by changing the way you're thinking and maybe changing your vehicle. So thanks a lot. I'll be back next week, hopefully, with another one of these, and we'll get into a little bit more about the principles of investing in real estate, why the numbers work the way they are, why Trish and I made the decision to take that route in our major investing, and how it can pay off in the long run for your great dream and for your Belize. All right. Thanks a lot. Again, if this is on YouTube, please hit subscribe. Please share this. I want to get this channel going and get things moving around. So really appreciate your support, and God bless everyone.